Good afternoon. So I just want to speak with you very briefly on a few different measures that you can take to help protect yourself, protect your employer against from workers' compensation claims from telecommuting employees. So the first would be the selection of your employees. You would want to select those individuals who have demonstrated a high level of responsibility, those who have demonstrated commitment to the company so as to avoid potentially fraudulent workers' compensation claims. Second, you would want to actually specifically define their work hours, lay that out in a written detailed description of when they're to work and when they're allowed to take their breaks, for example, their lunches. Third, you would want to specifically establish their work area, whether it's going to be in their home office, whether they're setting up perhaps in their dining room. You want to have that specifically established, and you would also want to certify that that area is safe. So one particular point that you could do is to require them to fill out a safety report regularly and submit that perhaps on Monday morning, every Monday morning. And I think for some that may be a little bit excessive, but that can help protect against some of those Monday morning claims where they actually originated from some weekend activities instead. And so you would go from there into providing a written detailed description of their work duties, what activities they're allowed to do and what activities they are not allowed to do. Going from there, you could also provide a laptop or a computer or a cell phone in order to monitor their activities and to designate specific log-in and log-off times. One important thing would be to limit travel so you can reduce the risk of safety. So travel from their home office to their work office, you would want to reduce that by utilizing email, by using faxes, by taking advantage of telephone conferences if you have to get information out. You just want to be able to keep them off the road and keep them safe. And very lastly, this is very brief, is to communicate your telecommuting policy to them. You will want to have a written statement whether or not you want to create an actual telecommuting policy that's separate from the pre-existing handbook, or include that detailed description within that handbook that needs to be provided to them. And you can even take it a step further and have them actually sign an agreement stating that they have not only received that policy, but that they also understand the terms of that policy. You could also provide equipment for their in-home office, provide in-home safety training so that they can learn how to stay safe within their home office. Just kind of going back to the policy, for example, you would have a statement reading that they have particular duties that they have to set out, that they are still to adhere to the procedures and the policies that all other employees have to adhere to. And we would be able to provide, we do have some sample examples of those types of policies, so if you would ever need, or your employer would need to have one of those policies created, we would be able to do that. That is correct.
Thank you, Monique, and she actually got us back on track, so good job. And I have while the next folks are headed up this way, I have a client that has a light duty job that allows someone to take their laptop home and work from home. And it's sort of the auditing type of situation where they're comparing pictures with work orders. And so it's all laptop based. They should be working and typing on it at all times. And they also have a program that will track when it keystrokes stop. And after a while, the computer will go into a sleep type of mode. And so they have been able to track a lot of light duty folks that say they're working 8 hours a day, but they have these 4-hour windows where nothing's going on. Even in a case where it's not light duty, you may have a period where someone says they got injured during a time when they've got this 4-hour lapse of any kind of activity work-related going on. So there are interesting ways that technology is being used out there to really track everyone, but